Hi there, my name is Joshua Stern, and as always I represent the Josh Project. Today I'd like to take a moment and talk to you about the horrible and tragic events that took place in Connecticut last week. First and foremost, I'd like to send out all my well wishes and prayers to the families and all those others who have been affected by such a terrible, terrible incident. What can you say about 20 young school children and 6 wonderfully heroic women whose lives have been tragically cut short, all due to a situation that could have been avoided in several ways, if you ask me. First and foremost, everybody comes out and starts talking about the gun laws. Now, I definitely agree that there should be some changes, but I definitely don't think it's the solution. For starters, maybe if the US looked at Canadian gun laws and made it impossible for an average citizen to get a hold of a semi-automatic rifle or something that can fire off bullets at enormous rates, these kinds of situations could be avoided. Imagine how difficult it would be to go in with a gun that you had to reload after every shot and try and do what this young man did the other day. That would be a great start, but again, not a solution. Something that I think we all need to look at is how many of these young children in the US are prescribed drugs for emotional and other mental situations that I believe could be dealt with in many different and more positive ways. These drugs are essentially like giving heroin to kids, and if a child or a young adult misses a dose, overdoses, or anything like that, the results could be catastrophic. I don't know if any of you have seen, witnessed, or read about somebody in these states, but I have firsthand worked with children that are on these drugs, have seen them miss doses, and it's a pretty scary experience. I've got to believe that some of this emotional distress and this lack of a connection to our real world has got to be as a result of all these drugs that are prescribed to these kids at such a young age. Thirdly, why are we not looking more into why this kid shot his mother several times before leaving the house and going off on this terrible, terrible shooting spree? That to me says a lot. It means that something else was going on at home, something between him and his mother that runs far deeper than we could ever possibly imagine. Now, I know it's not going to bring back any of the children, and I know it's not going to solve the problem, but again, it is something that we need to know about. Lastly, as this media blitz, for lack of a better term, is going on, and all these news cameras and coverage and presidential speeches, and we're going to have a movie of the week, I'm sure, soon, and someone's going to write a book about it. What if we took even a small percentage of all the money that's being made off of this media outpouring and shut down this school, turn it into a full-time memorial, and build another school in its place? No student, no teacher, no parent should ever have to walk down the halls of that school again just to have the memory of a terrible, terrible event such as this. Kids are falling through the cracks. We've got children who don't fit into the square pegs that the system expects them to fit into, and right off the bat they're tossed aside, told that they should be on drugs or they don't fit in with the normal, and all of a sudden we've got a huge, huge problem on our hands. I gotta believe there's more ways that we can solve these problems. I gotta believe that it's not just a gun issue, and I hope that there's people out there like me that want to get to the bottom of this and want to help our youth become successful adults. As always, you can reach me through the various ways. Our website is joshuastern.ca, Facebook / The Joshua Stern Project, @Josh's Project on Twitter, and many other ways. Please reach out and do all you can to help support our kids. Take care.